Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another FxEdge Power Hour. I'm Marcello Ducille. Today's March 20th, 2013, and we're going to do today what I've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our strategies, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time close of our daily bars and our 4-hour bars, okay, which we find gives us a higher probability of success from a swing trading perspective. So thereafter, we're going to have a brief questions and answer session, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm in transit. I want to apologize for being tardy here today. I'm surprised that a lot of you have been able to stick around. So I'll go ahead and make this very, very quick so we can get to the point here. All right, so let's take a look at the charts really quickly. If I can. All right, so we're going to start really quickly our STP series. We've got quite a bunch of trades that have been taken on this STP. The euro dollar, pretty much we can sum it up as exactly what I said last week. We actually made good money in Tribe Forex. Any of my Tribe Forex guys here? As far as that trade's concerned, basically I drew this area of support at the bottom and resistance here at the top. And I said basically we expected it to get a move back to the upside. And from what I'm looking at, we can still see a bit of a move here back to this upside, on the next day. So if we get a retest all the way to the high, it could potentially close us out. If I could, I would put this stop just a little bit higher, but more likely than not, we're going to find a happy medium in between here, and we're going to begin to see a retracement and a move back down on the day. There is a smaller trend line that we've already hit, resistance trend line here, and it's right. Looks something like this. Remember, we drew it yesterday, and it's already, oops. Looks a little something like this, and we've already hit that high. We bounced right off of it. We've hit that point today, and actually that's was a good take profit point. I'm actually into a small sell right now that I'm already in profit on. So I'm thinking, just based upon where we are, we can play in between here. We can hit this high, this extreme here at the top, but we'll have to wait and see the next full session. Anyway, the euro dollar, we had a change from red to green here, and for some reason it's showing me a green bar here. We should have a red bar. Figure out what's going on here. In fact, let me take a look at my STP5. It'll tell me. All right, so this is what it's supposed to look like. We have basically a 1, 2, 3 with the first red bar. That gets us into a sell. So we do have a sell here. We are up against the first area of resistance. So this is not a bad place to take a sell here. Basically, we're looking for, 1 second. $98 pips of profit on this trade and 98 pips stop loss. So it's about 100 pips either way on the euro dollar, and that's pretty much the daily range. So either you get it or you don't here, unless we do have a smaller range on the euro dollar. So we do have a euro dollar sell, entry at 129.32, stop loss at 130.27, take profit at 128.40. All right, so let's move on here. The dollar Swiss, we basically had our first area of support resistance, which is this darker blue line for the dollar Swiss, and you can see here that I actually drew another area of support, and you can see that that support level was tested and price closed above it. So it does bode well still for the buy on the dollar Swiss, and also a sell bias on the euro dollar, which has an inverse correlation there. So you've got to kind of register those two together. We are still in consolidation as far as these two pairs are concerned. Okay, as far as the dollar Swiss is concerned, we do have a buy trade, which goes with our euro dollar sell. 94.54 is our entry, stop loss at 93.89, and our take profit is at 95.40, which is right very close to the highs here. If we do have a breakout here to the upside, it won't take very much for us to hit our take profit there, so we'll have to wait and see what price does. The good thing about this is that our areas of support are being respected. This area of support is being respected here. We had a close above it. The market did test it, but it did close above it, and so it does bode well for a buy trade for the time being. All right, so let's keep moving here as I am. I pressed you guys for time. I apologize. Okay, here we have, you can see that I drew an area of support and resistance. Really, we had a trend line here at the bottom, trend line at the top, and we're looking for some form of a breakout out of this area. We just got another doji, not an awful lot. I would adjust this trend line because the market, it's kind of respecting it. We're still above it. We could see a really massive move up or down, and I would expect down here on this, oops. I would suspect down on this euro dollar, on this pound dollar chart, as we have stayed below this negative force trend line, and price just continues to like moving down on this pound dollar, and that's fine by us. The trend is your friend until the end, and so we will we'll watch and see where that where price action does take us here. But we can make an adjustment here. We are looking for some form of a move here as far as this pound dollar is concerned, and really it is just respecting this sell trend line. We were expecting a retracement back to it. We've gotten it. It's bounced off of it 3 times. We still have a sell bias on the pound dollar. We just don't have a sell trade for the STP5 as of yet. All right, so our pound yen basically had, basically we've had a consolidation. We're basically moving back and forth within this range. I talked to you about the range, and we basically hit those ranges. So the range that I spoke to you about yesterday, it really depends on, you got to pick your poison. Which trade do you really like to take? Which pair to trade here? I clearly like the euro dollar, but 14300, and I will venture out and I try to trade the euro yen. There are lots of opportunities there as well. 14300 and 14500 essentially were our highs and lows. I'm sorry, 14600, 145. Sorry. Yeah, 14500. Those were our highs and lows for the pound yen. You can see here that I've got an area of support below it, an area of resistance above it, and we've managed to stay well within that range. That is truly the definition of a consolidation. We did kind of have a breakout of this apex here. Nice strong move to the upside, test of the high, came right back in the range. So we are back in a consolidation. We know that. We're in a consolidation on the euro. We're in a consolidation on the dollar Swiss. We're in a consolidation on this pound yen. And even this pound dollar for the time being, although it has a strong sell bias, we're having a slight consolidation. We're having just a bit of congestion there, and with a stronger bias to the sell side on the pound dollar as well. So basically all the pairs are consolidating. They're trying to figure out what they want to do from here. All right, so the Aussie dollars also, as you can see, consolidation. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, all in the same range, guys, bouncing off that 50 EMA at the bottom and that upper area of support of resistance that we had noted at 1.0380. What was the high? High is 1.0400. The low is 1.0350. I mean, really not a lot of range, 49 pips, and it does coincide perfectly with this trend line that we have, this upward trend line that we have on this Aussie dollar. Consolidation. We're looking for a breakout soon, guys. When we get that breakout, it could be Christmas. I mean, we've had consolidation for quite some time, really. Maybe not on this Aussie dollar, but on the rest of the peers, we certainly have been in consolidation for the last 3 weeks. So longer the consolidation, most likely the bigger the breakout, or so they say. Euro yen here, same thing. We basically filled the gap on the euro yen. Now we're kind of in a sell trade. We were in a sell previously. Now that we filled the gap, we'll see where it goes from here. It is kind of a consolidation. 1, 2, 3 bars. They're all going in the same direction. They're all staying within the same range, I should say. And we kind of closed within that range, just barely on the euro yen. It's kind of, the next bar is really going to be telling of what's going to happen here on this euro yen. But for the time being, you have to consider this is consolidation. So you have to consider that it's going to most likely bounce off these highs and begin to move back down. But you've got to look for confirmation on the lower time frames. These areas of resistance here at the top euro yen trade, by the way. It's taking its sweet time. All right, so we had a 1-bar IBO. It moved up. We hit our first take profit, came back down to break even. That's what happened on the euro dollars here, IBO. Okay, so that was our 1-bar. We had a 3-bar IBO as well. That gives us triggers for us potentially a IBO Rev candle. We don't have an IBO Rev candle. 1, 2, 3 bars. We actually have a setup for an IBO Rev right now, guys. So here it is. Looks like 1, 2, 3. In fact, let me confirm that. Yes, we do. We have a 3-bar IBO. And so this bar right here is actually giving us a sell signal on the euro dollar 4-hour for the IBO Rev. IBO Rev, I can only talk to you about statistics, and statistically speaking, the IBO Rev has had a very good year in 2012, and it's having a good year in 2013 as well, as far as this is concerned. So this is a higher probability reversal candle. If you get a break of 129.30, it's a good idea to probably just take a look at it at the very least. 129.30, the break of 129.30 meaning 129.29 is going to be your entry. Your stop loss will be at 129.77, so you've got about 50 pips of risk there. And then you're looking for a first take profit at 128.80. And you know what? That's in the range, and it can actually be done. This actually supports our hope for a nice move out of Asian and a move down on this euro dollar. So that is the first good sign of a push down on the euro dollar. All right, so now that we've done that, let's talk. All right, so let me see my FxEdge Quattro. Here it goes. I have it switched to the daily, that's why. And you see how I've drawn these lines here previously. That was yesterday, and that's what I used to take my trades in Tribe Forex last night. And it was actually very profitable. If you want to see those videos, join Tribe Forex. You'll see actually my actual live trades for the last few days, each day, the trades that I've taken. Okay. All right, so here we have beautiful. Actually, this is a nice reversal candle bouncing off the euro dollar 4-hour, that area of support, resistance that we had drawn here. I just want to say that. So if we got a sell now, that sell would actually look good for FxEdge Quattro or anything else, because it's bouncing off areas of resistance here, and you know, we can probably see a nice move to the downside. Okay, as far as the actual trades that were taken, okay, so I did say a couple things. Yesterday I said when we had this candle form here, we actually had an opportunity to jump in right here. And I said, look, here's the reality. The reality is that we're bouncing off an area of support. It's most likely going to go up. If you don't remember that, watch the video from yesterday. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them in Tribe Forex. And I hope my web guy on myfxedge.com has gotten them up, because it's the only one I can't do myself. But you'll hear me say that, and I said basically the likelihood, the probabilities that price will move back up, at least in this range, and that's precisely what happened. Now we're bouncing off this area. I cannot, you know, we don't know what can happen as far as the market is concerned. We have probability of movement, okay, and so we can only wait for and hope for a potential move to the downside here, you know, based upon probabilities. You know, so the probability is that price will continue to move down. We have actual recognition of the market of this trend line, this negative force trend line, this channel here, this upper channel resistance area, and so we're more likely they're not going to see a push down on this $1 4 hour, and that's going to be good. So as far as the FxEdge Quattro is concerned, this change from green to red didn't have a chance in the world. The good thing about it is that we did get into a change from green to red, from red to green. It was looking for 31 pips, got in at 129.36, and it absolutely hit its first take profit. All right, so that's beautiful. It's still actually in a trade here, entry at 129.36. It actually got stopped out of break even on the second position. So, you know, that was a good trade to get into and to make some profit. More likely than not, we're going to have a change from green to red. That's going to get us into a sell. All this bodes well for our IBL Rev, for our euro dollar. I love it when there's a confluence of events. It makes me want to take trades in that direction. When I say confluence, confluence with our indicators, confluence with our strategies. Our strategies are going in the same direction. I don't like it when they go in the opposite direction. So here we have good signals thus far, and that just makes it higher probability. All right, as far as the TT3X is concerned, no trade on the TT3X for the time being, and the ATR Sniper actually took a trade. I don't know what happened here. Took a trade, took a buy, it was in the right direction, and then right after that takes a sell trade. I got to look into that, figure out what's going on, making sure that it still lines up with my models. And then, you know, basically we're down to 3% profit. No doubt in my mind that when we get out of this consolidation, we're really going to see a big spike on the ATR again. And we're going to move up very rapidly. So, you know, we'll wait and see what happens going from here. You know, it is what it is. The good, bad, the ugly. Let me answer a couple of questions, and I got to get out of here. Hey Bond, thanks very much. I got off that chart. That's why it looked all funny, didn't it? It's because I was on the STP5. I was on the FxEdge Quattro instead of the STP5. Thank you very much. All right, guys, you get my models. What's my move here? I think that we have a consolidation clearly. Price is going sideways. It's not really going anywhere. Consolidation with a sell bias, if you will. And so we probably have more so of a sell bias than anything else. Here, even in the consolidation, we're looking for we're in the sell cycle of that consolidation. So looking at that, if anybody's interested in Tribe Forex, that's where I'm putting a lot of my force now. And the people in Tribe, they really appreciate what we've been able to do there. I want you to join if you are interested in it, because it's actual trading. It's actually the good stuff. myfxedge.com/tribe. Join us there. Don't waste your time. You know, join us today while it's still available. And as far as Build Wealth is concerned, we're adding a new component to it. In the next couple of weeks, you guys may see some trades. Don't ask about the trades. They're going to be in line with everything that we've done before. You can see that for the most part we have been flat besides the STP trades that we've taken, the euro, yen, etc. And you're going to be looking to see some a bit more trading in those accounts, as we feel that the software is more stable and is able to take these kinds of trades that we're taking. Hopefully, some of the stuff that you're seeing in the tribe as well. Anyway, all the best. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. I'll be back here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another FxEdge Power Hour. Thank you. Thanks for waiting for me, guys. I apologize for that. Bye-bye.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected.